Hello.
Hi, America.
She's back.
I'm back. Did you miss me?
Yeah, of course I had to miss you. I miss you. Yeah, of course I had to miss you. I miss you.
Welcome to Angel in the Wiz.
Welcome to
With
Angel in the
Angel.
Wiz. Yeah, she's Angel. Angel's finally back. We had
Angel's
some
back.
imposters
Yeah,
last week and the week
substitutes.
before. Well, but they did
Substitute
good. It was
angels.
nice. It was
I
fun.
did.
And
I did. My nephew, Matthew,
right.
was so funny because he saw me and he says, I was on the TV show. And I said, okay. And he goes, I'm going to be famous. I said, you are? And he said, yeah. And I said, okay. And so then we watched it because he wanted to see what it was. So we watched it. And then we went to the grocery store. And then he says, how come no one's asking me for my picture? I'm like, well, it takes a little time.
That's
He's
right.
like, maybe next time people will want to know.
Maybe give him a little bit of time,
Yeah.
but he can tell his friends if they want to watch the show.
Maybe.
You know, I
He
mean,
hasn't
if
quite
they
made
dare.
friends yet, so.
Okay. Oh, okay.
New school, so he hasn't made friends yet.
Well, I understand that. So I wanted to throw out at you that for the past couple of weeks we've been really, really good about
Very
politics.
politics free, yeah. and that was
Politics
good.
free. Okay. So now for the next 2 weeks, I've seen this oncoming storm that I've.
Besides the apocalypse that just has gone by today.
Right. that I have to so we'll have to address. So this week and next week probably. This is a message to the GOP, and if I am correct, you went to college.
Yes, you are correct. I went to college.
Okay. Isn't the first level in college the classes are called something 101? That's the start. Your
Usually,
starting
yeah.
level.
Yeah.
Okay, this is for the GOP. This is 100. You don't qualify for 101 yet. You're embarrassing. We're going to have to. But before we get into that, turn the sound down a little bit because I'm yelling.
Oh,
Okay, yes.
turn it down.
Okay, now, but before we go any further, at the beginning of the show, because I'm about to rave on for a little bit, and I had a childhood best friend. People usually have childhood best friends.
Right.
Yes? My childhood best friend was Howard Goldberg. I called him Howie. I was Ricky
Okay.
and he was Howie. And he
Sounds
was
like a
he lived
comedic
across
duo.
he lived across the street in the big house, and I lived in the little middle class house across the street. Pardon me. And you know, he was they were successful, and his dad was in real estate and everything else. So my dad worked for Long Island Light, so but we were best friends. Okay, and he even put up with me the first time I ever slept away from home. I slept across the street at Howard's house. And I think I cried and freaked out the whole time. I wanted to go home. I'd never been away. But why am I telling you all this stuff? Because Howard took the big step and went off into that most strange of all places, Hollywood. Poor guy's out there in LA. But he has a new film coming out.
He does.
Yes, my Howard, my little friend Howard. Okay, it's called Jake Squared, Jake, Jake Squared. It looks kind of cute, and rather than run a clip on the air, go to YouTube, go to Angel in the Wiz on YouTube, and in the write-up for show 125, there'll be a link, and you can actually link and go to his
Website.
his website and the teaser and all that. I think there's even questions and stuff like that. But anyway, so my hat is off to you, Howard. I hope that you have tremendous success with this. I hope it goes really, really great for you. Maybe sometime, 10 years in the future, I could write a song for one of your great films. But be that as it may, I'm so proud of you. I am so proud of you. Okay? So yay, Howard
for
Goldberg.
Howard.
You deserve it. Now, we're going to talk. I don't know if we're going to get to it this week or next week. There's a couple, we've talked about Common Core in the past.
We have.
2 things came up this week. Very important I speak to you about one because you're a math teacher and
Yes.
I don't believe that they're doing this, but you'll explain it to me.
I'm not even sure what you're talking about.
That's okay, but you'll understand when I show it to you.
Okay.
Okay, and something else they're doing, but for the next 2 weeks, I'll run a little learning spot is a message to the GOP, and I have to do this because I've reached a point where they have driven me into being an independent. Okay?
Yes!
Because they don't understand, and these are guys.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And why do they have a problem? Because they have money. They don't have creativity. They don't have the ability, they don't understand they're in a war. They don't understand that if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. If you don't stand on principles and beliefs and things like that, why would anybody join you? Okay, and so it's gonna be over 2 weeks. Okay, and I also want to give something special to my friends out there. If you go to daybyday.com, very cool. It's like Doonesbury for the good guys. Okay, it's a really it's
Daybyday.com. Okay.
Daybyday.com, and I'm following ever since I got hooked on it. Every day I can't wait to see what's happening next, because it's kind of a running story. But you can join it at any point, and they even have the start. You can click and see it from the first strip all the way through if you have the patience to do it. They're very cool. So, where do we go? Well, where should we start? Well, we have to start with. Where do we start? I want to start with the fact that if the GOP ever expects to amount to anything, and expects again,
yeah, they had greatness.
Yes, but
and
they
lost it somewhere along the way.
They gave it away. Okay, they allowed the Democrats to stand up and say, we are the champions of the minority, when in reality it was always the GOP. It was the GOP that passed the voting rights bill. It was the GOP that gave blacks, or reinstated all the blacks, I guess I would call them the black, not the voting rights, but the Civil Rights Act. Mm-hmm. All of that stuff was passed over the Democrats, who always believed in slavery and still do. They don't want they don't want the blacks to grow up and get out. And I have a message for our good friend, yours and mine, the Bombster. Okay, I was talking to liberal, Obama, that guy.
Obama.
Okay.
Obama. Okay.
Okay.
If you're gonna make me address your GOP Palin people by Mrs. Palin, you can be respectful.
Should I say Obama?
And President Obama.
Mr. Obama.
He's the president.
I know, we're allowed to call him Mr.
Okay.
Okay,
but
that guy.
Should be address him appropriately.
Okay, but you know what? He has not earned that. And Eric Holder, who is his partner in crime, these guys have not.
That's the secretary. Or
that's the attorney general. These guys have not earned our respect. Every single thing they have done has been an antithesis of what America, that means the opposite of what America stands for. Okay? And the reason I have a warning for Mr. Obama and his ilk is the fact that I had a liberal Democrat say to me just the other day, I would never vote for, he says, I didn't want Romney. He says, but I would never vote for Obama now. That you are losing people left and right. And the reason you're losing people is because it's the Democrats and...
Wait, who's losing who now?
Obama is losing liberal Democrats.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, they are looking around and they're seeing what he's doing and what he's not doing. Basically, he's been on vacation for 5 years, with the exception of shoving down an illegal law that's anti-constitutional and anti-American in every bit of its forms. And wait till the liberals find out, whoa, Nelly, that if you're a part of Obamacare, your house is open to random visits by the healthcare police. And they think that you're at risk, that is, if you smoke in a house where there's children, and they have a whole list of these things, that gives them the right to randomly show up at your house to inspect your house. And I just can't wait to hear them start screaming when those visits start coming. Whoa, you're not going to believe it.
Let's be realistic. That there's a 95% chance that whoever comes into office after Obama, Republican or Democrat, is probably going to
kill it,
or there are good parts to it. You have to admit that there are, in the grand scheme of, there are some good parts. People have been saying that the health insurance premiums have been going down.
But that's not true. They're not going down. Everybody's is going up. Even ours is going up. Okay?
Well, that medical something. Anyway.
They capped medical savings accounts. You used to be able to save as much money as you wanted in your medical savings account so that you could pay your medical bill. Now you can't go over $2,500. What the hell is that? They delayed the employer mandate, and now they have delayed the caps on out-of-pocket funds. You know what that means? That means you and I don't have a limit where the insurance has to kick in. They could just push it up aside. They have to, I mean, okay, I don't want to get sidetracked. Let me not get, okay.
But
Bottom line is,
there's a 95% chance that whoever comes into office
is going to kill it
3
dead.
years from now is going to be like, this is gone, or they're going to keep a couple good parts and get rid of
Yeah,
everything
look, let's
else,
get
so.
rid of everything and take the good parts and put them into law. But be
And
that as
I'm
it
sure
may,
there are good parts buried somewhere in that,
yes,
6,000
but
page
let me
document.
tell you, yeah, and that should have told us something too, but they didn't care. Now, back to the GOP, because this is for you guys this week, you guys and gals. You've got people.
Listen here, Republicans.
Yes, because you don't understand. You have great things to. You know what? You should you have great things that you believe in. You believe in America. There's never been a country that offers more opportunity than America, and the GOP. The Republicans used to champion those opportunities, but they don't even go out and explain them anymore. Okay? What's happened is that the Democrats had an opportunity to give away these social programs that give money to people, that rob them of their initiative, that rob them of their desire to work, that rob them of all the great things that they have in their spirits. Now, you can see the ones that have beaten that trap. Because I work with them, you work with them, you see them all over the place. These are minorities that are not in that trap. They have gone out, they've grabbed onto the opportunities that America has. They're the winners. But the problem is we have this whole group down here at the bottom, and the Democrats want to keep them down here as low as possible. Do the Republicans talk about it? No. Okay? Well, listen, let me tell you something, Republicans. If you can't call somebody a liar because you're afraid they're going to call you a liar, then get out of politics. Or don't lie. We have 3 guys, Filner, Spitzer, and Weiner. Okay? You want to talk about the real war on real women? There's 3 guys. Why aren't there advertisements on TV right now today talking about the fact that the real war on real women is being perpetrated by these 3 Democrats? Because that's what they are. Nobody likes to talk about it. We had this little guy, Shorty, was beaten to death with flashlights. He wasn't beaten to death with flashlights by teenagers. He was beaten to death by black teenagers. Okay? This Australian wasn't shot by somebody. He was shot by a black guy. Okay? Blacks are committing the most crimes. That's why they are the most in jail. It's not a bigoted thing. It's a fact of life. And the reason it's happening, grab your seatbelts, kids. I'm going to give you the secret to political success. You have to smile and say hello to blacks and Hispanics, even if you don't know them. Start saying hello to people. Do you know what I found out in my life? I say hello to people I don't even know. I'll smile and I'll say hi to them. And you know what? Most of them say hi back. And if they're the kind of people where you get to see more than once, after a while you realize, and they start to realize, that you're not so bad, they're not so bad, all these preconceived notions are all nonsense. So the secret to success is getting off of your butt and going out there and talking to people, okay? Talk to people. And another ad that should be on TV all the time, I would show every speech Obama has ever made and ask people to point out the one that was made in the heart of Detroit, or the heart of Harlem, or the heart of Atlanta. Pick the city of your choice, okay? He's never in the inner city because he does not care about you people. He's always got these nice people behind him. He's never standing down in what looks like a war zone because he don't want to draw any attention to that, because he's got no solution for it. And there are solutions, okay? And I've heard them from the GOP, but it just gets out every once in a while because the GOP has about as much media knowledge as Tootsie the Frog, okay? And they're probably better at it, okay? Because they get out, they don't allow things to... Okay, here we go. Here's another important thing for you GOPs. Never allow a false statement to stand. I sit there and I listen to Bob Beckel on the 5 every week make statements that are patently untrue, and nobody stops him. Nobody says that's not true. And then he just keeps talking over them. And he has this.
Who is he?
He's one of
a
the
Republican.
No, he's a Democrat.
Okay.
He's like I would call him the token Democrat on a show called The Five.
Okay.
That's on Fox News Channel. And I watch Fox News.
He's
Why?
He's the token Democrat on Fox News.
Yes. No.
Okay.
Well, no. Well, yes. He is. Yes. That's what I would have to say that because it's true. Because what the Fox people don't always realize is they are the answer to all the other news stations. Okay, you don't have to have a token liberal on because I got 17 channels of just liberals.
Right.
Okay, and so the fact that I have one conservative station, what a breakthrough, okay? But the fact of the matter is, you don't just have that. Now you have Fox News, you've got the web, you've got the internet, you've got some newspapers now that you never used to have. And this stuff about funding Obamacare, the GOP does not want to shut down the government. They want to shut down Obamacare. And you know that there's not one stinking lousy Republican out there saying, we want to do this for the Democrats, the independents, and the GOP that don't like Obamacare. There are just as many Democrats and independents as Republicans that don't like Obamacare. But there's not a single media consultant that works for the GOP. They're brain dead. I don't know how they even get the jobs, the stuff that they do.
I will tell you this, that because I'm gonna interrupt.
Go.
I'm gonna go back to Fox News for a minute. That as much as you say Fox News is,
The other side.
The other side. Every time I've watched them, snippets of them, because they're only talking about, they're not. All they're doing is talking about how bad Obama is.
It depends on what show you're watching.
Yeah, well, and maybe I'm watching the wrong shows. But what is being
Remember, there's a
portrayed-
difference between commentary and news.
Right. But what seems to be, from my perspective, from the liberal side of things,
Right.
that they're not telling about the Republican platform. Not a whole lot. Even the news channel.
You're absolutely right.
All I'm getting is Obama this, and the
Right,
Democrats
right,
this,
right,
and the
right.
and it's okay. That's great. We have now established
Sure.
that Fox News hates Democrats, and to
No,
get,
they hate the policies. It's not the Democrat
that's-
people. It's not the
that's what I mean.
Democrat Party.
That's what I
It
meant.
is the policies. Nobody thinks
That-
Obama is a louse because he's black or white or whatever the heck he is.
But that's what
we hate him because his policies are anti-American.
I used the wrong words. I apologize.
No.
But that's what I mean. Like, I feel that all they talk about in their 24 hours is how awful those policies are. But
What's their offer?
Give
What are
me
they
something
offering?
Else. I start to listen to them, and all it is negative, and it's like, you offer no solutions. I'm gonna go turn on Fashion Police because that provides
Well-
a better political platform than you guys do.
Well, and that- and
I
that's-
learn more.
That's
it's like,
exactly.
jeez.
That's
And
exact.
it's Fashion Police with Joan Rivers.
Okay, but
You
that's
know?
exactly my point. The people who handle the media for the GOP
They're
have
not
no
good.
clue of
They're
how to
not
use the
good.
media. No clue at all. And let me tell you something. You guys got all the money, you got all the connections and all of this stuff, and you do like crap. Okay? And you look at a little guy like me. Who am I? Some little nerd here on a little YouTube station or on Manhattan Cable in the city. Okay, Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Who am I? I'm this little guy. But let me tell you something. The stuff that I pioneered in TV in the 70s, they are still doing on TV today. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News Channel. We did stuff they are still copying to this day. So I must not have been too wrong, huh? Okay? No, I was right. And I'm right now. I am telling you guys, if you don't start raising your own flag about what you have to offer, and offer it to everybody. When I heard Romney say, well, those 47% we can't reach, that told me everything I had to know about Romney. Put the white flag up, let's go home. Okay? Because if he had believed in something, believed it. You know what I mean when I say believe? When you believe in something, you want to share it with people. You want other people to reap the benefit from it. You would go after those 47%. I'm going to tell you now, but I don't know if I'm going to get to it this week. Next week, there's a gentleman, a senator. I have to look at his name because I want to get it right. Senator Elbert Guillory. Senator Elbert Guillory, a black gentleman who was a Democrat who became a Republican because he was tired of the lies that he had been fed all these years by the Democrats. And now he's out there. And the first thing that'll happen is they'll attack him. Okay? And what am I telling you? Let's go from him into the fact that The GOP should be recruiting as many blacks and as many Hispanics as they possibly can and sending them into the places, into the communities where the blacks live, into the communities where the Hispanic lives. They don't have to mention Obama. They need to mention what they believe in. They need to point out what a great country this is and why these people. Why do you think people risk their lives coming here from Mexico? Because of what we have to offer. And it's not from food stamps. Tough nuts to you, Mr. Obama, because you think all it is handout, handout, handout. Haven't you ever wondered why all of your government lagress and handouts and all these things that talk about stimulate, why none of them have worked? Because the government can't do it. It doesn't even know how to do stimulus right. You do stimulus right, you wanted to help those people with the mortgages, you know what you should have done? You should have gone to the people who had the mortgages, given them the money to pay the banks. They had to pay the banks. The banks would have gotten paid back, and these people would have had the asset. And they would have had the asset. They would have owned the home. They would have had the ability to spend money. They would have gone out and they would have spent money, and you would have done them a service. But your problem, and the reason people complain about you, is because you don't like Americans. Okay? And you do not like the middle class. And the things that you have done to this country shows that not only do you not like the middle class, you don't have a clue about what to do to help them or anybody else. And it's a sad thing. We got to get past that. But I'm coming back to you. I'm coming back to you Republicans, because if you ever want to change, if you ever want to make any progress whatsoever, you're going to have to show people what you believe in, and you're going to have to explain to them why it's good for Democrats and independents and Republicans. You always start. You never start reaching out to the people that you need to reach out to. I am telling you that if you could explain yourself properly, there are so many Democrats that would vote for you, because I talk to them. I know what they want. They think this guy is going to give it to them, but they don't.
Aside from my knowledge from you about the Republican Party,
right.
I know that the Republican Party hates Obama.
Right.
I know that the Republican Party hates Obamacare, and the Republican Party likes no gun laws, and allows banks to do whatever they want. Those are like...
That's all you've heard.
That's all I've heard. That's all I've heard from the Democrats about the gun laws and whatnot.
Right.
And that's all I've heard from the Republicans about President Obama and Obamacare. Like,
right.
Tell
They're not bringing anything to the table.
Tell me something I don't know.
Yeah, to give people a reason to back you. And this thing about non-funding Obamacare and allowing Obama to come out and say they want to shut the government down, and you're not out there hammering every single... And let me tell you something else. You notice the Democrats can have all kinds of snakes and villains, but they're tight. Here's the Republicans, got a bunch of nice people who want to do a lot of nice things, and all they do is yell at each other. Okay, you guys got to get your act together. You don't have a leader. Oh, and before we got 25:45. Why? The next 2 weeks are about politics, so the next 2 weeks end with roller coasters, because that's what politics is like. A couple weeks back, I told you that the GOP can't make any progress as long as its leader is Ryan Previs, or whatever his name is. Okay, it should be John Smith or something else. So from now on, the new leader of the GOP is Ryan Press. It may be whatever his royalty name is, his elitist name is, but from my point of view, if I talk to you about Ryan Press, I'm talking to you about Ryan Previs, because that name is ridiculous, okay? And nobody in America can deal with it, or identify with it, or bond with it, okay? So Ryan, Mr. Press, look at that. Easy to say, easy to spell. Whoa, okay? So Ryan Press, that's your new name. Welcome to the GOP. Now, I'm sorry. I feel a little bit better. I'm getting there, but you know. Oh, so the point I was trying to make is that not funding Obamacare is what you should do, and you should do it for Democrats, independents, and Republicans who are against Obamacare. You've got to show them that you're bringing them into the party, that it is the Democrats that will not accept that budget without Obamacare that are the ones shoving it down their throat. Okay, you just can't sit back here and say, "Oh, we're gonna get in trouble. People are gonna get mad at us." You know why they get mad at you? Because you don't open your mouth. People get mad at you because you don't tell your side of the story. And then all this crying about, well, the media says this, and the media... Call them out on it. Take a full-page ad and take their positions down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and show everybody. You know, if you don't fight back, you get what you deserve. Okay, look, do me a favor. Rob Reiner made this beautiful movie called The American President. Okay, I
I love that
love it.
movie.
It's an absolutely lovely film. Oh, we got about a minute. Okay, we'll finish this next week. Okay, and in that movie, Annette Bening is making a point to him that if you don't fight back, the other guy wins. Okay, that's why the Democrats win, because nobody fought back. Okay, and Romney, what a milquetoast guy. How and I'm going to tell you something else. You're going to have to deal with it. Sarah Palin is the best candidate you have for president in the party. She's honest. She's straightforward, and if you guys got behind her, there would be no force on earth that could stop you. But you fight amongst yourself, and this one there, and this one, and you got this elite set of media advisors that don't know diddly squat about the real world. You know, they've been wrapped up in their money and their capital and their big houses and all this crap so long, they have no concept of what's going on. And here's little old me. I know more about it than them. I could give you better advice than them. And will you be smart enough to listen? Well, we'll find out, won't we?
Bye, America. Do something good every day and
yeah.
volunteer at your local
What
animal
she said.
shelter.
We'll see you next week.